Welcome to yet again another video. Currently, I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy on PS5 and basically looking for a cue to swing to trade for tonight possibly, but not super concerned about it. The first thing I wanted to look at was like, you know, as much as I love NQ, as much as I love trading YM, um, like I can't really like not trade forex just because it's like, it's all the same to me. Some assets move like slightly slower, but I don't really mind that. Um, to be honest though, I had to turn the PS5 off. There we go. Word. So the thing about like forex though is what I was saying before. It's slightly slower, obviously, than trading NQ or YM. The only thing that brings me back to, I mean, not just forex, but specifically to GJ. Okay. Obviously, when you look at GJ, and I don't want anyone to get like offended or anything. I call it like the Japanese Nasdaq, only because I mean GJ moves in a similar like, you know, it can make some of these wild price swings, day in, day out. And when you get some of these um narratives down and you understand how the marketplace moves, whether it's, weekly profile or you're comfortable in the marketplace with, what we've been talking about, not just like gold back levels or AMD, but getting comfortable with just like selecting and avoiding, being comfortable with narrating. This doesn't scare you so much anymore. The more you can break it down, this starts to make more sense to you. Okay. In the same way I'm doing that right now, and why I wanted to come on and do like a GJ market review is I love this asset, bro. It's so much fun once you really like lock in and you say, you know what? Let me not like avoid it. And me personally, and this is like my opinion, and you could feel differently. I like trading this a lot more than like EU or GU, just because um, as wiki as all three of these can be, I mean, like wicks everywhere. It's consistent enough to where it doesn't bother me that much. And I know the run is going to give you a significant RR, or, the average ADR, average AWR. Oh, that sounded like a lot. But like basically what I just said was the average daily range and average weekly range is pretty up there. I mean, it moves. It's my basic point. When you're looking at this thing, right? And I mean, this week, I'm loving it, right? High of the week, right? Found on your Monday, okay? In your mind, it's almost like, why is that the high of the week though? Is there anything we can actually come in and like look at that's actually helpful to find like why price did that? And a lot of times you just have to literally come on to like a higher time frame, right? And I say this all the time. People get so comfortable with, being hyper fixated on the lower time frame, they forget to come up and figure out why price might react from here based on structure. So we could pull this out like that. And let's see what's next to us. I feel like the daily chart's going to have a good. Oh, Lord. Oh, my. Okay. Yeah, that proves what my point is, right? A lot of people don't come on to slightly higher time frames to figure out like why price looks the way it does, or why you can expect it to do certain things at certain areas. Daily chart. This is vicious, bro. This is, I mean, vicious, bro. And the retracement was nice. However, on a basic level, how many imbalances are up here? A lot. Do you think price would really go down, like obviously this far, without giving some measure of retracement to an imbalance? So this is how you start looking at price. Okay. Now, realistically, watch this. And again, you're not taking it too seriously. We're looking at price in hindsight, figuring out what happened. We got these two imbalances. Price decided to consolidate in one and come up and tag this one. That's cool. Tags it. And you had a massive reaction from this one here. That's fine. Now, what's important, right, is when we're looking at price, obviously on a daily chart, we've talked a lot about how higher the time frame, higher the PO3 number, the better. Better confirmation. Smart money operates from a daily chart. Therefore, you need to operate also from at least some sort of a daily chart perspective from somewhere. Even if it's just like looking for liquidity, or you might not need this exact fair value gap, but coming in with some sort of market context that is above the 5-minute chart. Okay, a lot of people get stuck there, and I trade the 1 minute. So when people watch me trade the 1 minute, they think that I'm just staring at that all damn day, alone with no other switching or anything. No. Go to the 3 minute, go to the 5, check it out on the 15. Everything is time frame specific. So especially with fair value gaps, order blocks, and other things, if you don't see it on this daily chart, I guarantee you that like maybe you saw the 4-hour. Maybe this wasn't as clear to you, although there's a clear order block in that area, obviously. And price annihilates from that order block fair value gap, right? Beautiful. But the point is, right, when you're looking at price like this, okay, this was a massive run, if I'm honest. And look at that. Me personally, I need sessions in weekend, Saturday, Sunday, because again, I trade time-based models. So me understanding what time certain things happen is basically what I give a fuck about. I don't give too much of a fuck about this fair value gap, but let's get rid of that too. But we do care about, as soon as we get to that imbalance, look, it wicks in there for a second. You get one more rebalance, like rejection block style, and that thing is done for to the downside. Where is your draw of liquidity? Number one, before we do anything else. Here, right? We talked about this before. The problem with a lot of traders, especially new or old, is their organization skills, their ability to narrate. So this is the thing. I'm not saying it like that, but if you did come to that daily chart, how you refuse to look at, you come up here and you realize that, damn, yo, hold up. We wicked off this daily imbalance. Monday, we already talked about AMD. So what can we expect? X, we have like a little move down. And when we get to like the core part of the day, not saying it does not move. This does not move as much as my Monday. So this is automatically my what? It's too trendy. That's too trendy for me. Let me know in the comments if you think it's the opposite. But I believe X, A, M, too far, too fast. X, A, M. Manipulation can go too far, too fast. Someone else could also be like, well, we open here. This is your Monday in the morning. But even for a Monday, from point A to point B, this is crazy. Crazy, right? It's a lot of money. But when you realistically look at it, right now, this is your, like midnight in here, all the way to PM. This is not so crazy of a move. Up, no, down, up, down, up. This is consolidated for an asset like GJ. I don't mind that. And again, it goes in order. The process is never going to stop. It's going to be AMDX or XAMD and not in between that. So right here, I'm going to call this an X because it's too trendy. A and the M, right? Let's get there. Look at all this bullshit, dog. You don't tell me that's some sort of manipulation bullshit? Yeah, you're tripping. This is disgusting. As soon as you get to that day, it's annoying. Down, up, then finally gives you the move and take. Again, why this is important? I marked it first. We understand the liquidity was offered to you here. And you have plenty of lows that you can, on the way, attack if you want. I'm mostly focused on like low of the week. Low of the days here are totally fine. Obviously, I like those too. But you're not going to mark a million lines for every one of these lows. Do not do that. Keep your chart clean. Daily fair value gap. We had a reaction here and the car coming down. How are you using this information all the way? When you go to participate. Like I said, I don't hardly trade Mondays, almost ever. When we pop in, and again, we're on GJ. You can trade Asia on GJ and get a perfect move high of the day. Asia session, no problem. It's not permitted to, like a lot of USD-based assets, to be a London high of the day, and Asia gets fucked over. GJ can preserve an Asia high, no problem. It still doesn't have to be super often, but it can definitely preserve an Asia high like this. And we run down. Optimal trade entry, go lower, manipulation starts, takes liquidity. Does its job. Accumulation is not going to take it. Do you feel what I'm saying? That's why we do these market reviews. Now watch. Your ability to narrate is going to get 10 times better. And again, how are you going to get not confused here? You already understand that price is on the sell side. You're not going to randomly change bias when price gives you like 1, 2 little Kit Kat retracements here. Kit Kat, that's funny. I smoke too much weed. But when you're looking at stuff like this, right? This is the point. You understand liquidity. You're not going to get scared when you get a small retracement in here. You're not just going to fully close out your position. Oh, yeah. Now watch. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This thing moves a lot. I'm going to do, let's go 729 first. And that's huge. Oh, man. That was huge. All right, hold on. Let's go 243. Where are we at? Oh, Hold on. Oh no, that's because we're downshifted like hella. Okay, I see now. Jay sees the mistake. And yeah, if you guys ever wanted to know, my name is Jay. Jay. I should have probably started with that 10 videos ago. But yeah, like I said, bro, you guys can probably notice, like, I can't really help but be like myself. Like, I make YouTube videos. Am I a YouTuber? I don't know. But watch. Even if we're looking at this dealing range, 243. I do want to bring it up real quick, like I said, to the 729. Matter of fact, I can light the blunt on this one. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm giving you this visual for only a couple seconds, not while I only light the blunt, but just so you can see this before I switch it for a reason. Okay? Now, watch this. When I zoom out, obviously hour chart, it's a lot to deal with. Before we switch it, the first thing that we see as a clue, the 243 EQ level had a nice reaction as soon as we opened this week. My bad, I'm looking at 729. So EQ had a nice reaction, okay? When you get to this area and you come down like this and you're like, yo, that was a crazy reaction. And it's a major level. So this is going to be a point of interest to you, right? There we go. And my favorite show comes on tonight. So I think that's why I'm probably making so many videos to like pass the time by between that and the new Power episode. I'm trying to watch that. Now, the biggest thing of being on the 729, there's not so much of context in here when you pop in right from Sunday and you go up to the EQ. In this daily range alone, yes, we understand there's a high up here, and we've been at the low a lot. But that's why I say you look for reactions around the EQ level automatically. This is not out of bounds where price will go and create a little reaction here and come all the way back. That's not off limits. We also talk about how fractal the marketplace is. So you guessed it. If I go to a 243, and right now, obviously we're trading in the dealing range underneath me. But we have the reason now for why we stopped up here. Now, if we went to view our 243 as we're observing price, right? We talked about why price came up here. There's an imbalance on the daily. We don't have to highlight that anymore. We talked about how liquidity works. Turtle soup. Old high gets made. We trade away from it. We trade back. Cool. You don't want to be a buyer above an old high. You don't want to do that. And then a significant one too. Don't do that. Yeah, you can scout this if you're understanding the situation, but you don't want to really do that in participation a lot of times. You might get away with this a few times, but I guarantee you it's not going to work a lot. Turtle soup, again, is playing out. Buy stops triggered inside the marketplace. They're activated now. So as soon as all this resting liquidity is activated on this candle here, buy stops are activated. Smart money is selling shit. You need to be in sales. Now watch. We talked about this. Optimal. Okay. This is 8 to 11 in the morning. Asia high. Right from that EQ level on your 729. When you pop back into your 243, let's look at it. Now organize yourself. Here we go. We already talked about the turtle soup, so we have that. You know my OCD, it's going to be off the screen. Go back and watch the video if you need the part again, okay? Now watch. Look at the reaction points here. Boom. And also, remember what I said last video, I'm really looking for the length of time that it takes to run some of these partitions. That's what took me so long to study also. Damn. We can look at stocks how I did in the last video. The 81 supports for forever. I can come to a 243 on GJ. This motherfucker gets ran in 2 days. You'd be like, oh my God, bro. That is damn near 300 pips, 250 pips, bro, plus. Crazy. It's not difficult to catch. Your dealing range supports it. You're not going to be surprised that there's range left here. You're not going to take it out every time you get to a major level. You might take a partial, but if you know that price is really going to come and do this shit here, you support from the high. And now, what I did was, I'll teach you guys about this. When I first started trading go back levels, I really loved like this phenomenon here. It would break into a dealing range. And so I coined something for myself. And I understand Hobby's logic, ICT's logic. There's nothing stopping you from coming in and like, taking some of this logic or something that you learn and remixing it in a way that makes sense to you. I do it all the time. Yes, I understand the concepts all the way. Yes, I can then come in and tweak something and use it differently. Sure. When I see this right here, I call this a doctor trap and retracement. That's my little concept. I'm funny. But long story short, this is exactly what it is. When you break into this dealing range here, it's aggressive. Look at this candle here and the inability to break it. The inability to break it. So what I call this, doctor trap. Again, DR, dealing range. Doctor. DR. Come on now. I smoke too much weed, obviously, right? Had to hit the bloods, I said that. So, notice the inability to break your high. You're still in a premium, brand new premium. You can sell this off. This is now a stop run up here, came from EQ, fully rejected it, and distributed all the way down. It makes a London high, optimal trade entry. And this is a Tuesday, perfect day to trade. There's nothing wrong from catching this. This is easy. When this starts expanding lower, sell it. And you get a CRT here if you're familiar. My students call it a range runner, but we're not going to talk about that. But what I am going to talk about, dealing range is complete. And like I said, this is why I like GJ more than like a EU or a GU all the time. It's not going to crush some of these bigger dealing ranges like GJ is. You will not believe that quick. Oh shit, I found a lighter. I was going to say how quickly I lost the lighter. Damn. This is the market organization that I'm talking about. And look, you go right through the partition, drop down. What do we talk about? I don't leave you hanging with information. PO3 liquidity. This series requires repetition. This requires repetition. I bet I'm stoned, fucking up words and shit. We resist from the high, peel through liquidity. We do it again here, here, and here until you get to your terminus. Drops down, then you really start to consolidate. Target is done. You took liquidity that we marked from last week, previous week's low. You're done. Be done. See you next week. You don't have to trade tomorrow if you took this move here. Be done. I stress not over trading. Even if you do understand where it's going to go, and you say to me, yo, I downshifted it. I went to a 81 dealing range and I saw that we were in this area and, I kept taking sells and, maybe you get like a little situation where this candle pops up and takes you out. And maybe you were in sells here and you didn't close right away. You thought it was going lower. Pay attention to the dealing ranges. Look at the inability to go lower. Pops up again, lower. Pops up again. When you see it that second time, bro, relax. It's not a race. It's not a race. There's another situation that it's going to give you. If you just got met with all that money, and I understand you're trying to max out. I get it. But you don't have to trade without the level of accuracy you want, without the control you want. Let time do the heavy lifting. London, you sell that. Optimal trade entry, you sell that. Optimal trade entry here, you sell that. GJ's not a stranger to Asia high. It makes a lower high. If you can verify this is high of the week, or verify that this equilibrium is going to fail, yes, you can sell this. And you are very successful. Trading does not have to be hard. I say this every video. I'm bringing back creativity into the marketplace. But also another easy way to understand ICT concepts, Hoppy's work, and the incredible job that they all did. Same thing with Eric Ham. I love him too. And Romeo and Day. They did such an incredible job. I won't stop saying it. It's just my job as a translator. That's why I'm here. That's it. And again, we're going to do another market. Okay. And we have a lot of stuff planned on our schedule. Okay. And I'll see you in our next video.